It's December 1st! And you know what that means? That means I get to open my Advent tea calendar. So excited! I'm going to show you the ones that I have. My sister got me this as an early Christmas present. Ta-da! The David's Tea 24 Days of Tea collection. So excited. Look at this. Everything I like. You see, I do like David's Tea quite a lot. I think the marketing of the company is brilliant. They definitely make drinking tea fun, accessible for people of various different ages, and even hip and cool. Usually when you think about tea, you think of Little Pinky Up, you think refinement, you think fine bone china and silver plateware. And they really make their brand very fresh, very hip. And look at this packaging. Look at this box here. I'll be opening it in a second. The other Advent calendar I found at the Vancouver Christmas Market, and I'm pretty excited to try this, by a company called Sonnentor. I bought this at the Vancouver Christmas Market, and this company is based out in Austria, and they pride themselves in using all natural, organic ingredients, and they don't put any artificial sweeteners or flavors or anything like that. So I'm really excited to try this out. So let's start with David. So here's the box, and once I pull the ribbon, ta-da! A little winter wonderland. And as you can see, I have to just find the numbers, and a different tea is hidden behind it. And I see right there, number 1 is waiting for me to open. Woohoo! Excited! Now for the Tea Advent by Sonnentor. I can pop that lid. Ha! And they have a little story, a little picture. And I can't read it because it's in another language. But I'm sure I can find an English translation somewhere. Ooh, and there we go. And I guess I flip that lid down. And what's that? Oh, tea Advent. So this is the list of all the teas that are in here and all the ingredients. As for the David's Tea Advent calendar, it's all in the back. So I can see what the teas are. Quite a number of them I've had experience with or already own a tin or two, but I just don't know which is which. So let's find out what I've got behind here. So, behind door number 1, if you can see this, door number 1. Aha! White chocolate frost. That's the tea for December 1st. This guy here, I know this one very well. It was in the winter collection of David's Tea. Every season they have a collection of 5 teas they like to highlight. And this one I've already tried and even repurchased. So this is great. It's like a bonus because I already have this guy. And it's delicious. So it's white chocolate frost. It's got peppermint. You can see there's some peppercorns and some shaved white chocolate in there. Yay, that's my day 1. I will have a little bit of this in a little bit. I've been drinking this a lot already, so I'm just happy to have an extra little tin for myself. Now, let us look at, I take it with this calendar, there's 24 days of tea. I take it we probably just pull from the bottom and we keep going. So, there's the first tea. What do I got? What do I have? This yellow package. It is called Hello Sunshine, an herbal fruit tea blend. And according to the list here, as you can see, ta-da, it's got rosehip, apple pieces, lemongrass, spearmint, hibiscus, strawberry pieces, daisies, cornflowers, marigold. So no artificial anything in this one. There's a nice herbal tea. Oh, I'm so excited! So I am going to steep this guy, because I've never had this before, and I'll come back with my initial impressions in like a moment. So it's been about, I think, 6 minutes, and the package here said 5 to 10 minutes to steep. Well, it didn't actually, it did say it. It's more of a picture, really. And I am ready now to taste this tea called Hello Sunshine Fruit Blend. Now, I tend not to be a fan uh, of hibiscus and rosehip, especially when there's apple in it, because I find that it's very, very acidic. You get that like puckery mouth sort of phenomenon because it's a little tart. But that doesn't mean that I won't drink it. I just don't usually gravitate to that, or at least those types of items together in combination on a tea. I usually don't tend to drink. I usually like having, if it's rosehip or apple, I like it to have it paired with coconut, for instance, to make it a bit creamy. But that's just my palate, my flavor, and preference. So, this is my tea. Yes, a fashionable David's tea mug. I need a Christmas one. It smells like roses. Smell like that tardiness, that fruitiness. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, it's actually really nice. Wow. I'm actually surprised. It's not as tart as I thought it would be. Perhaps if I let the bag steep for much longer, more than the 10-minute mark, then it might get to that place. But this is actually really lovely. Mmm. Forgive me, I'm just making like sweet love to my mug of tea here right now as you're all watching. This is like tea porn right here. But it's really nice. Like it's got this nice warmth, it's lovely. You get a little burst of fruitiness off the front. It doesn't have that puckery, really strong tart flavor that I tend to shy away from when I see something that says hibiscus or rosehip. But this is really pretty. It's a very lovely tea. Oh, it feels like warm and fuzzy on the inside. I guess because it doesn't have any other artificial things in there, you don't get that extra hit of sugar. It's just naturally sweet and naturally lovely, which I absolutely appreciate. Now, something else I'd like to note about the Hello Sunshine tea. Now, I can't really speak for the leaves themselves because they're in the bag, but uh, the consistency of the tea, if you look inside, it's actually quite lovely. I don't know if you can see this. Ugh. I don't know if that really helps paint a picture of any kind. Just don't want it to spill on my laptop. Yeah, it looks like a very pretty, tidy tea. The color is very pretty. It's a bit of a garnet, a little bit of a pinky color. It could be perhaps that the leaves are inside of a tea bag. So if there were to be any mess from residual leaves, it's not apparent. But it looks very, very nice. It's almost like a juice. Now, time for the next one. Now this is a cup of the white chocolate frost. Just gonna lower that for you. Ta-da! So when I first had this tea, my first impression was that it smelled like Christmas. Even when I poured the hot water on the leaves, it just had this really nice warm scent. It could be because of the combination of the peppermint, combination of the white chocolate and that creaminess and that almost very sweet, light flavor that white chocolate has versus being very, very cocoa. It's more on the sugary side. And the pink peppercorns. Now, I don't know if you noticed earlier, but along the rim, the tea is a little bit messy. There's like a green rim of peppermint along the side of the actual tea, which I think the coloring itself looks a bit on the orangey side. Of course, I use full loose leaves and they put them into a strainer. Now, if they were in, let's say, a tea bag, might be a different case, but oh, it's pretty too. It's very nice. It's one of my favorites. Now, this does have white chocolate in it, so that's a combination of some dairy and a bit of soy products in there. They also use a bit of stevia, a bit of natural and artificial flavoring, so there's a little bit of help with this tea. in comparison to the Sonnentor teas where they have no artificial or natural flavorings. It's just the leaves and the flowers themselves. But that doesn't mean that I don't like this. I still really, really love this tea. I personally like peppermint. It was my gateway, if you will, into my obsession with drinking tea. Peppermint's very, very good for your digestive system. It breaks up a lot of the gas bubbles when you've had a big, heavy meal. And it's just got this really lovely, warm feeling, as well as that burst of mint. Like, who doesn't like mint and not feel minty fresh? And along with the peppercorns, that gives it a little bit of heat, a little bit of festivity. I don't know what's a better word for it. Along with the creaminess of the white chocolate, it's just a killer tea. I don't know if this really helps anybody. I'm just doing this little day-to-day tea thing because I want to, be just excited about what is behind each door, and I'd like to share that with you all. So, if you'd like to see the rest of the teas, I mean, we've got days 2 to day 24 to still open. Just keep coming back and have a quick look-see. I will also list the teas themselves. So 2 very different yummy teas. One herbal with a lot of floral and fruit notes. The other one had more spice and chocolates with their peppermint leaves. So 2 teas, 2 flavors, 1 happy camper. Stay tuned for day number 2 of my Christmas tea advent calendars.